Now, the topic I've decided to choose for this task is Copenhagen being a city for everyone to live in. Now, sorry, not Copenhagen, my bad, Nordhavn. Now, the reason I've chosen this is because, first of all, I was kind of interested with it, and I didn't really deeply think about how it could be a city for everyone. But then, after some time, after some research, I started to figure out that it could actually be the perfect city for everyone to live in. First of all, when it comes to people just like tourists or people out of town, they want to be close to places like downtown and the walking street and just by the lake. And I feel like Copenhagen is right in between. Sorry, my bad. Nordhavn is right in between all those places and could be easily be reached from there. Second of all, people coming for international jobs. Most international jobs, for example, Maersk and both UNICEF Supply Division and UN City are both there. Those are really big companies that have a really big play in where international people would then end up living. And then again, my final point to that is just in general, Danish people love cozy places, and I feel like it's nice places, just small apartments where you can relax, maybe with a partner, not really a place for children, but maybe one child, and in general it's just a nice place for Danish people. Now, one of the problems this city might have is that the amount of money they will be spending to get all the companies up and running and all the apartments is, if I'm not mistaken, 6.4 million kroner, which is a lot of money. And another thing, investors are really pushing the government to get this done because they want to get their companies up and running, or at least to a point where they can start doing something with the money that they have put into Nordhavn being built up. And I hope as I go along I will find it a bit more interesting every time. Alright, so the way I'm thinking of laying all this out is obviously, firstly, I'll have to start off by doing some research, seeing how people from out of the country and from Copenhagen and just Denmark itself fit into Nordhavn. Now, this will be a little bit easier for me, mainly because I have a lot of friends that live in Nordhavn. Second of all, my dad lives in Nordhavn, so I can, my dad does not live in Nordhavn, he works in Nordhavn. So it would be easier for me to go to his office. He works in UNICEF Supply Division. Go to UNICEF and ask some of his colleagues and see what they think and how they live there. Of course, I will not be allowed to take care of I will not be allowed to take pictures of such things as in UNICEF because it is confidential things. But I'm hoping to be able to get a little insight before I start my photography. And the way I'm thinking of the way my photos will look is I'll use kind of a depth of fields slash balance and just take different people. Maybe you'll see a little bit of different cultures. Hopefully I can find some different cultures just in Copenhagen. I'll get the work side of Copenhagen, I'll get the relaxing side of Copenhagen, and the apartment and the developing side of Copenhagen, and I just hope all of that will fit together as a good storyline. But obviously, first of all, as I said, my research needs to be done, and I'm hoping that I can be done by next week, which generally, the research that I've gotten over these past few days is exactly what I said in the beginning, is exactly what I thought it would be, and everything that I said it would be, which is everyone in Denmark and people that even are even people that are not from Denmark just find Nordhavn to be a very welcoming community, a welcoming city. And that they do find it a place for where everyone can live. If you feel like you need to be a bit international, more internationally minded, it's a good city to live there. A lot of people at my dad's works, a lot of my dad's colleagues said it's a really welcoming community, as I said before, and that you just feel the tradition there. Now, the next part of this is me taking Now also what I said in my last task, what I tend to photograph. I was thinking I would, as I said before, get the developing side, the relaxing side, and the cultural side of Nordhavn. I'm thinking of first of all going to the park. Hopefully it's a sunny-ish day. We don't get many sunny days in Denmark. Hopefully that will be one of the days where I can go there and there will be a lot of people running or playing, and I can get a good balanced shot or depth of field shot from that, and it just shows everyone being as one community there. I can get hopefully the supply division picture from the outside of the supply division. Maybe I can get the school there, CIS, and maybe just some of the buildings, some of the apartments that are still being built up, so that they will be able to finish, and that's what I'm hoping to photograph, and hoping that it all lines up into one story.